So, hello and welcome people back to Let's Play Jackie Chan Adventures for the PlayStation 2. In the last episode, Jade got captured. That was gonna happen, inevitably. You knew it.
Alright, so now you can run to another area and live out your life as a peaceful card-playing fiend.
Yeah.
Without
Over here,
Jade.
Jackie. We suspected the Dark Hand might have an interest in Alcatraz Island, so I've provided a speedboat for you to follow them.
They've kidnapped Jade. I need to rescue her.
I like they
Quickly,
ran
go.
up and then said it.
The speedboat is equipped with nitrous. Hit the button marked Go, baby, go!
Ah, that's nice. It's flavorful.
And you can actually see Alcatraz over there. What's also pretty funny, the sound of me using up magic was still present in that cutscene.
Yep.
That happens
Yep.
when you don't deactivate magic.
Oh, so it's actually in-game rendered, like, each time.
Like,
Or no?
yeah,
I
like
thought I
the-
saw his feet glowing too.
No, like, I don't think magic even gets used up anymore during a cutscene. But like, you still get the sound effect of it being used up, like that.
Right.
Well,
That just sounds like me when I'm trying to wake up. Oh.
I was told there was a really good spot for fishing in this area, Mr. Ch. Okay.
this is one of
That
his
is one
least
cool dude.
fit. This is one of his least fitting outfits. Although for this location he gets a better one. I was thinking that he was gonna have, like, you know, one of those stereotypical prisoner outfits here.
Oh yeah, because you're in Alcatraz.
Exactly.
This does not look like Alcatraz, but okay.
Exactly.
I kind of forgot that you were supposed to be on Alcatraz for a second there, but I got it. The best Alcatraz movie ever is The Rock. Nicolas Cage,
Can't
John Connery.
for some reason climb it.
You three.
Because of
secure the
invisible
island.
walls.
Okay, boss.
That looks really secure.
Very
Electrified
secure. Well,
fence and a
it's-
couple of spotlights.
I mean, it's pretty secure thanks to the electric fence, but we're gonna get rid of that.
And the invisible walls. Don't forget about the invisible walls.
We have you now, Chan. Where is Jade?
That's the least of your worries right now.
Whatever.
That sound when you land a hit is actually kind of satisfying. It's like clapping erasers.
Yeah, I think it only actually damages them on the yellow strikes.
Yeah.
It seems that way. And they also make a distinctively different sound. Also, like, speaking of fighting, I think this is the only reason why this game is rated what it is here in your, like, gets the age rating that it does.
Right.
Because this is for some reason rated 12 and up.
You'll pay for this, Chan.
Actually,
Tell Valmont I'm coming for my niece.
that'll throw him off of my real target.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I think it's rated teen, or, you know, I think it's rated that way because Jade is legitimately terrifying.
Well,
And
I
they were
mean,
worried about the nightmares.
the nightmare skip rope girls are probably the reason this got a 12 plus.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's even worse. You're right. Those, I actually, like, can just remember that so easily. Do you have to do a fight now because you stepped in that?
No, it's just you get sent right here. There isn't really much of anything to pick up over there, but I'm like just some magic and what have you.
Good to know that the spotlight just magics you away.
Yeah, it's just it's just that. Although those boxes are very stingy.
Well, the last one was okay, but
Mm-hmm. And they even give me a card that I'm never gonna use.
oh boy, a child's card game. Maybe that's the final boss. You gotta face off with Valmont's spirit thingy. I forget what it's called. In the card game.
It would have been better. But yeah, here there is something nice about the way they put it together. Yeah, that was on me. I should have seen it coming, but like,
Come on.
you go down that corridor for long enough that you will see that spotlight no matter what you do. And here is, yeah, those things, those jumping poles, they normally work all right. It's just this time, for whatever reason, they just...
It's one of those swinging things where you gotta swing, right?
Yeah, there are those swinging things, and this is the only occasion when they're underneath you. When they're underneath you, they don't work right for some reason. But when they're above you, like when you have to jump and hold on to them, which is what most of the game has, which is how most of the game uses them, they work perfectly fine. It's just this place where they actually introduce them is where they don't work at all. Like in all other places, it's actually a very good example on how to do those swingy thingamajigs. But like this place, when they actually introduce them, they just don't click in right for some reason.
You know, I hear that they made the animated Jackie Chan do all of his own stunts too. No animated stunt doubles.
Well, I mean, they could only hire so many, you know. So many of those animation cells. Although, speaking of the animation in the show, that's another interesting little tidbit which I found out on the Wikipedias and what have you. Because the show was made in such a weird time period for animation, where they were giving up on drawn animation and switching over to CG. They actually could like.
Sorry, you just switched to the rooster and you were all ready for this not to work, and then it worked.
Yeah, it just did.
Sorry, continue.
Because it was made in the transitional period between the CG animation and the computer-generated ones. And I don't mean like computer-generated as in...
No, I know what you mean.
Like how cartoons are done nowadays. They couldn't do everything, every trick they could with the drawn animation, like the in-between frames and what have you. So this show was actually partially animated in 30 frames, which they just don't do for animated shows.
Right.
And here I demonstrated that you can actually dodge, but why would you?
Yeah, the best dodge fence is a good offense.
But yeah, like this is, for example, why the fight scenes in this show looked so good. It's because they actually went for more work on them than less.
Right. Because they were trying to transition. Interesting. Alright.
Warden, office.
I mean, Alcatraz is now a tour place. Like... So... It's not like it's an abandoned prison. Well. Yeah, I was about to say. Maybe there are some places that are abandoned.
Yeah,
where could he have been?
Jan. You'll soon wish I wasn't. Your plan will never work, Valmont.
Who's going to stop me? An archaeologist and his niece? I think
this
not.
tumor growing on my
Nothing
chin?
will stop me releasing the rest of the demons. You don't stand a chance.
We'll see about that.
Now this fight can go south like almost right away. But like the boss fights in this game against Belmont in particular have a really weird difficulty curve, where they after each one of these each one of his waves of enemies, he will descend almost immediately and send a shockwave that pretty much annihilates your health.
And also,
But
Oh, nice.
at the same time, it does not matter at all. And you know
Because you
why?
just restart at the beginning.
No, you restart. Like, you restart with full health at the moment when you die, and he still has all of the damage that you inflicted on him.
Ah, okay.
Like, for normal platforming, you have a checkpoint, but for boss fights, they just reset you where you were. It just almost makes it pointless to even try, because there is no way to lose.
Right, right.
Or at least when it comes to Valmont, because most of the other fights are kind of like a little bit puzzle bosses. Like, you know, activate the fire.
But Valmont's
use
just
the-
beat him up good.
Yeah, Valmont's just pretty much beat him up good and don't get hit by his shockwave, because otherwise you will die. Also, don't worry about picking up boxes too early, because they also respawn after a little bit.
I was gonna say, the frame rate also keeps dropping terribly every time he summons minions.
That's just this game. But like, there are reasons why it runs the way it runs at times.
Keyblade!
We now have a Keyblade. Not for
Sorry.
long. That's a good thing.
Yes.
Although you can think of this as the freaking the way you use keys in Bayonetta. Bayonetta also uses keys as weapons, because they're
I've
fucking
actually never
gigantic.
seen more than like 5 minutes of Bayonetta, so.
I'd say it's worth watching, at least.
Oh my goodness!
Jade, are you okay?
I'm fine, Jackie. Come on, Valmont's getting away.
Stop right there, Jade. It's far too dangerous. Take the speedboat outside and leave the island immediately.
But Jackie, you can't defeat them alone. I can help you.
No, Jade.
But Jackie...
We're running out of time. Please, go now.
Okay.
Alright, voice actress who does Jade, I'm gonna need more nasal inflection. More! Not enough!
Oh, and here you can see the moose mascot.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the show. They actually put
Yeah.
put him in many different places, and I like that.
No, it you know, it's actually well crafted. Like, I don't know if I'd play it, but it's been a pleasure to watch.
Oh, I was gonna say why the frame rate is bad on so many occasions. This game actually runs at a higher resolution than most PS2 games do, because a lot of PS2 games just gimped out the horizontal resolution and stretched it like from the interior to external resolution to fill out
Okay.
the screen. Now this one doesn't do that, and that's why it chugs the frame rate a little bit more. It's still not as bad as some of the other games. Like, it doesn't influence the game. Like, it's not so bad that it would influence the gameplay.
Right.
It is kind of a
Well, the
shame that
gameplay is sufficiently simple and doesn't require the timing that would be.
Exactly, that's the thing. It's like, you could say like, oh, a 3D platformer should absolutely be in 60 frames. This one's not even in 30 because it's in 25. Well, that's because I chose it to be so. I set it to the European mode. Because it's actually a little bit higher resolution, so it looks a bit sharper.
I like the sound
And-
design though. Like, you know, the sound when you pick up the stuff is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Oh
And
my
you get to
goodness.
turn into a monkey.
The ultimate superpower, turning into a monkey.
Except that the talisman could actually, would let you actually turn into anything.
Yeah,
Any
but
animal.
why turn into anything but a monkey?
Because you could be a rhinoceros.
Rather be a monkey. In all situations, always.
I guess I'm just
Looks
weird.
like we finally made a monkey out of him. Ha! Good jokes. Good jokes.
It was
I also like the
awful,
scream
even
every
by my
time.
standards.
The scream of terror from Jackie.
Now this is this is something I really actually like about the way they designed this location, the monkey abilities, or the little sigils on which you have to use the monkey abilities. They always put them in such a way that once you don't need to use it anymore,
It's covered up.
It's like extremely obvious, like you can't use them anymore, and that's it.
Yeah, it's some good design.
Mm-hmm.